Soshi, come on, let's go!
Wait, Ririna! My name is Soshi Mikami. I'm a high school student. I was getting my books to move to a different classroom for my next class. My childhood friend, Ririna Shiraki, was already walking out the door. Couldn't you wait a little until I finished getting ready?
It's not my problem that you're too slow.
I tried complaining, but she immediately shut me down. Believe it or not, Ririna is my girlfriend. For some reason, she's always cold towards me. You used to be nice enough to wait.
Stop focusing on the past. At least I told you I was leaving.
Back when we were kids, Ririna used to be all over me. She would follow me everywhere, and it felt like it was my duty to protect her. However, Ririna started distancing herself from me in our last year of elementary school. I didn't want to let her go. I decided to ask her out in our last year of middle school. Ririna, I've been meaning to ask you, why are you so cold towards me?
I'm not. I've always been like this.
Really? I remember you being so kind to me back when we were kids. Did I do something to upset you in any way?
I'm not upset with you, but we're not kids anymore. We can't stick together like we used to back in the day.
Is it because you like somebody else? Ririna stopped walking after hearing my question.
What made you think that?
I mean, you don't seem to be interested in me, so I'm trying to figure out why.
If I did like somebody else, what would you do?
You know that I like you, Ririna. I don't want to leave your side. Can't I be your boyfriend?
Soshi, I didn't realize you liked me. I guess if that's the case, yes, I'll be your girlfriend.
Huh? Seriously?
Why would I joke about it?
But I thought you liked somebody else.
You should be thankful we're childhood friends. Oh, and don't forget, I will never forgive you if you cheat on me.
I won't. I wasn't quite sure why she said yes, but I was relieved she didn't turn me down. We picked the same high school so we could stay together. I had hoped our relationship would go back to how it used to be, but her attitude towards me didn't change. All I got was the title of being her boyfriend. Ririna, let's eat lunch together.
Yeah, go ahead.
I sat down next to Ririna and opened my lunchbox. Ririna, you're eating bread for lunch again?
Yeah, it's easy to prepare.
Ririna has never brought an obento to school. Not once since we started high school. I can make you an obento for lunch if you want.
No thanks. I don't want people to think I can't cook.
I've suggested making her obento numerous times, but she always declines my offer. She makes it sound like she's actually good at cooking, but I have a feeling it's not her cup of tea.
You can make me an obento if it's not too much trouble.
One of our classmates, Ruka Komiya, jumped into the conversation. Ruka was the first friend Ririna made in high school. Naturally, she and I became friends through Ririna. She's a gentle-mannered and sophisticated girl. Ruka, you don't need me for that.
But I've never had a boy make me an obento. I hope someone will someday. Cut it out, Ruka. You make way better obentos than Soshi does.
How rude. I can't argue with that, though. Ruka also brings homemade obento to school for lunch. I'm an amateur when it comes to cooking. I'll definitely lose if we compete. Ruka slid a chair over and she joined us for lunch.
Soshi, you can go home alone today. I have somewhere to go.
Are you going shopping? I'll go with you.
You don't have to follow me everywhere.
But I'm your boyfriend. I want to be with you as long as possible.
You're being annoying. I want to be alone today.
Again with the cold attitude. Ririna left the classroom and didn't look back once. She doesn't have to be so mean about it. I guess she really didn't want me to tag along. It was the first time she was this harsh when rejecting me.
Soshi, did you and Ririna fight?
Ruka was watching the whole conversation. She seemed worried about us. No, not that I can recall.
I've always wanted to ask you guys, are you and Ririna really in a relationship?
I'm pretty sure. To be honest, I wasn't sure anymore. Ruka's question was on point. We go on dates, but Ririna despises every type of physical intimacy. She won't allow me to hold her hand. It feels lonely walking next to her empty-handed.
Soshi, why don't we go home together since she'll be alone?
Sure, why not? I had no reason to say no. I decided to leave school with Ruka that day. On our way home, Ruka invited me to hang out with her. We decided to go into a cafe. Why did she pick this one out of all the cafes out there? The cafe we entered was popular amongst females. All the customers around us were girls or couples. I sipped my coffee, feeling uneasy and out of place.
Soshi, you've never been to this cafe?
It's my first time. Ririna never wants to go to places where typical couples go to.
You guys don't call that dating? Soshi, I know this may be none of my business, but are you sure Ririna has romantic feelings towards you?
I'm hoping she does, but I'm not 100% sure. I haven't been for a while.
Why do you keep dating her then?
It's simple, because I like her. You know what it's like. I'd do anything to be with her, even if she acts coldly towards me.
Well, as long as you're happy with where you are, I guess that's okay. But are you really satisfied with your relationship? Aren't there places you want to go and things you want to do with your girlfriend? Or is that not important to you?
Well, yeah, of course I do. But I don't want to do anything Ririna doesn't want to do.
You're a sweet guy. You treat her like a queen, yet she doesn't appreciate it. I don't understand why.
It's okay. It's probably because I'm not attractive enough for her.
Soshi, you are attractive in many ways. I wish I was your girlfriend so I could fulfill your desires.
Thanks for comforting me. I'm sorry for putting on a pity show.
Do you think I said that just to be nice to you?
Ruka gently held my hand as I reached to grab my coffee cup. Ruka?
I like you, Soshi. And I don't like how Ririna treats you. I would never do that to you. Please, can you make me your girlfriend?
Are you for real? I didn't realize she was serious since she was so smooth about it. However, I saw her determination the moment I looked into her eyes.
I mean it.
But why? You know that I'm dating Ririna.
Soshi, you are modest and kind. You're a great guy. I wasn't planning on telling you since I thought you and Ririna were doing well. But now that I found out how she treats you, I wanted to tell you because I know I can treat you better.
I appreciate your honesty, but I'm sorry. Ririna is the only one for me. Ruka suddenly sat next to me and linked her arms with mine.
I am willing to give you everything you desire. You can't waste your life on somebody like her. Every relationship needs to go both ways. You are trying so hard to satisfy her, but you get nothing. If I were your girlfriend, I would never make you feel so lonely.
Ruka, I didn't realize you were so forward. This is so unexpected.
I'm only doing this because I like you so much.
Don't tell anybody, but my heart was pounding hard. It was my first time getting asked out, and I hadn't had a girl so close to me since I was a kid. I found myself indulging in Ruka's natural softness.
Soshi, am I not good enough? Can't I be your girlfriend?
It's not that you're not good enough. It's just that I like Ririna.
I admire how devoted you are to her. But I will show you how you will be better off with me. I'm not giving up on you just yet.
She was my friend. I didn't want to do anything to hurt her. Ruka stayed close to me until we had to say goodbye to go home. Good morning, Ririna.
Is something wrong?
I called to Ririna as she came out of her house. However, I guess I was nervous. My voice cracked a little. Ririna looked at me confused, and I felt guilty for what happened yesterday. No, nothing's wrong.
Okay.
She let it go immediately. She didn't seem interested at all. Ririna and I started walking to school, just like any other morning. I couldn't help but glance at her hand. Hey, Ririna, do you want to hold hands while we walk to school?
What? Are you kidding me?
Well, you are my girlfriend. I just thought it would be nice if we could act a little more like a couple in a relationship.
No, I don't want to. Soshi, you want an excuse to touch a girl.
It's not like that. I just want to feel you closer to me. That's all.
I'm already close to you.
You don't understand. I was referring to the distance in our emotional relationship, but I couldn't bring it up. I was afraid she would get frustrated with me. It's always been like this for Ririna and me. I never had a problem with it until now. But after what happened with Ruka yesterday, I was longing for comfort. I wanted proof that Ririna was mine.
Good morning, Ririna, Soshi.
We ran into Ruka halfway to school.
Morning, Ruka. I didn't expect to see you here. I was waiting here. I wanted to go to school with Soshi. Why with Soshi?
Ruka stood by my side and slipped her arm around mine.
It's because I like Soshi.
Hey, Ruka! I wasn't comfortable with Ruka doing that to me in front of Ririna. I looked over at my girlfriend's face to find her glaring at me with an ice-cold expression.
Soshi, we're supposed to be dating, but you've been getting to know Ruka quite well, huh?
No, it's not what you think. This isn't a mutual thing. Ruka and I are not dating.
We will eventually. You keep taking advantage of his love, whereas I want to give him everything he wants. Which do you think he'll end up choosing? He deserves better than what you are willing to give him. I know Soshi's heart will start turning to me once he sees that. Wow, I'm impressed. So you're hitting on my boyfriend and lecturing me? I never expected you to play so dirty. Ririna, do you even consider Soshi as your boyfriend? I've been watching you all along and it doesn't seem like you do. That has nothing to do with you. I have my ways and you have yours. Soshi, how long are you gonna let her keep touching you? If you and Ruka aren't dating, you don't need to cuddle up like that.
I know. Ruka, please, can you let me go?
Soshi, you told me she wouldn't even hold your hand. I can grant you all your wishes if you pick me as your girlfriend.
I don't need you to grant me any wishes.
Soshi, do you not care who it is as long as she lets you touch her?
Ririna's voice suddenly dropped deep. Her expression didn't change, but I could tell she was fuming. You're the only one I like! That means you're the only one I want to hold hands with!
Nothing you say is convincing when you're still holding her like that! You found someone to fulfill your dreams! Good for you! Have a happy life!
Huh? Wait! Ririna! Ririna turned around and walked away from us. She never once looked back.
Well, that was easy. It's like she doesn't care. She doesn't have feelings for you.
I didn't want to agree with her, but there was no other explanation for Ririna's actions. I wondered what I meant to Ririna. She just tossed me out.
I'm sorry, I have to be blunt. I think you were just a childhood friend to her.
I remember telling Ririna how I felt about her, but she never told me she liked me back. Looking back on our relationship, it was no different from when we were just friends.
Soshi, I know you're in a lot of pain right now, but you should consider moving on. I'm here for you. I'll help you get through this.
I appreciate your support, but I don't think I'm ready for anything right now. Ririna never told me she liked me, but at the same time, she never told me she didn't like me. I wasn't sure where she and I stood at that moment, so it was hard for me to accept we were over. The situation was depressing. At the same time, I was feeling comfortable with Ruka, who was standing by me through my tough times. I thought about talking to Ririna after we got to school, but I got scared of rejection. I couldn't gather the courage to call her name. On top of that, Ruka would come over to me whenever we didn't have class. She didn't give me any time or space to do anything.
Soshi, do you want to go on a date again today?
A date? Ruka, I never agreed to become your boyfriend. All of our classes were over, but I still hadn't talked to Ririna. She left the school before I did. I blamed Ruka for this, but I was thankful she took her time to comfort me. That's why I couldn't shut her out.
So, do you want to pick me up yet?
I can't say yes to you while I still have strong feelings for Ririna. It's not fair to you, Ruka. I need to put an end to my relationship with her if I'm going to move on with you.
I'm fine with where we are. I don't want her to hurt you again.
Thank you for being here for me, but I need closure. I really do. I declined Ruka's request and headed home. I don't know how I would survive if Ririna told me she didn't like me, but I knew Ruka would be there for me no matter what. I prepared myself to face Ririna. I went to talk to Ririna at her place, but found out she wasn't home yet. She left school before me, so she must be busy shopping or something. I had no choice but to go home and wait for the next day to talk to her. When I woke up, I felt something on my arm. I turned my head to look and found Ririna looking up at me, her face bright red. What are you doing, Ririna? I jumped up in surprise. Ririna was inside my bed with me!
Soshi, isn't this the type of thing you wanted to do?
What do you mean?
Being close.
I didn't mean this close! I could tell Ririna was feeling self-conscious. I didn't understand why she went out of her way to embarrass herself. What was she trying to prove to me?
Soshi, let me help you change your clothes.
Why?
I'm your girlfriend. It's part of my job.
I don't think that's necessarily true. Seriously, what's going on? You've never shown any affection towards me, and I thought you were angry with me. I was shocked to hear Ririna use the word girlfriend. I thought we were over, so I didn't know what to think of this situation.
Of course I was angry. You seemed so close to Ruka. But I thought about it, and I felt bad. I haven't been treating you the way you deserve to be treated. So I've decided to try my best to give you everything you want from now on. I want to make you happy.
Everything I want? This is far beyond what I was hoping for. But to make things clear, do you still consider me your boyfriend?
Of course I do. Do I have to say it out loud?
Yes, you do! You always gave me the cold shoulder. It made me lose confidence.
Well, it's a lot to handle. I was so happy to be by your side, but I didn't want people teasing us about it because it would make me too happy. I had to act like that to keep myself in control.
That's the reason why you acted that way? You should have told me then! I realized I had been worried for nothing. Ririna's whole face was flushing as she came clean about the reason behind her behavior. She didn't have to tell me how she felt anymore. I could see how she was feeling just by watching her.
I'm sorry I kept it from you for so long. I became self-conscious after the kids in our class teased me about us back in elementary school. But you always stayed near me. I guess I knew you wouldn't leave my side, even if I didn't treat you nicely all that time.
Well, my feelings for you never faded, Ririna. But I have to say, it was painful. I wasn't sure you liked me. I thought you might be forcing yourself to be around me.
I'm sorry for putting you through all that. I realized so many things after seeing you with Ruka yesterday. I now know how much trouble I put you through. But I don't want to give you up. Please, don't break up with me.
I will never break up with you, as long as you want to be with me. I just feel guilty for what I did to Ruka. Ruka confessed her feelings for me because she thought Ririna's and my relationship was beyond saving. I was unsure of how Ririna felt. I ended up taking advantage of Ruka's feelings. She didn't deserve to be treated like that. Although I hadn't accepted Ruka's suggestion to start a relationship with her, I was afraid she would be disappointed when she found out Ririna and I had patched things up.
I'll talk to Ruka about it. I guess Ruka's actions are partially my fault.
Ririna and I started on our way to school and found Ruka waiting at the spot she was yesterday. She smiled and tried to wave to us. However, her expression clouded when she saw we were holding hands.
Ririna, you okay with holding Soshi's hand now? I realized I needed to change how I treated Soshi thanks to you, Ruka. I've changed. So, you guys made up. We were never in a fight to start with. I know I seemed cold towards Soshi before, but I decided to start being honest with my feelings. That's pretty selfish, you know. You have no idea how much you hurt Soshi. Now you want him back? I do feel bad about hurting my boyfriend, but that's between Soshi and me. It has nothing to do with you. Soshi accepts everything about me, even my flaws. You're free to have whatever feelings towards him, but I will not let you take him away from me. You need to let him go.
Ruka turned away from Ririna and faced me.
Soshi, are you sure this is what you want? She just put you through so much pain. Are you going to forgive her just like that?
I told you yesterday, but Ririna is the only one for me. I know how kind-hearted she is since I've known her for a long time. That's why I like her no matter how she treats me.
Don't you want to try dating me even a little bit?
Nope, not at all. Ruka sighed with disappointment as she listened to my answer.
I could have made you see how good we were together. If you had only given me a little more time. You guys made up too fast. All I did was trigger Ririna into becoming a better girlfriend. That's true, and I'm forever thankful for that. Fine, I'll let it go for now. But Ririna, you better be prepared to lose him the next time you hurt him. Don't worry, that will never happen.
Ririna and Ruka smiled at each other. I'm glad things worked out. This incident brought Ririna and me closer than ever. Our relationship did a big turnaround. Her attitude towards me became soft-hearted. However, she hasn't gotten used to it fully. She turns bright red from time to time. It tickles my heart to watch her blush like that. To wrap it up, I'm thankful for my perfect girlfriend.
Thank you for watching. How was today's video? Please check out our other videos as well.